I stopped to help a stranger. He smiled and said I was too sweet for what he'd planned. December 1998. After midnight, my rusty car came to an unfortunate stop on a Kentucky interstate. I was 19, broke, and my 3-month-old slept in the back seat. Snow drifted sideways. The exit sign glowed a mile ahead. A kind couple pulled over, let us in, and practically saved the night. Because of them, I promised myself that I would help anyone who looked stranded. A few months later, I spotted a semi on the shoulder and a lone man trudging toward the ramp. Probably the driver, I thought. No cell phones back then, just pay phones at truck stops. I slowed, rolled down the window, and offered to drive to the next exit, just 2 miles ahead. The stranger climbed in and shut the door gently. "How far can you take me?" he asked, eyes fixed ahead, hands flat on his thighs. Alarm bells rang. If he were the trucker, that exit was all he would need. Still, I forced a polite smile. "Just to the ramp, but I'll get you there." We rolled forward. He rocked slightly, never blinking my way. Small talk fell flat. He muttered he was walking to Alabama to pick up a car. Central Kentucky to Alabama on foot? My grip tightened on the wheel. The off-ramp finally appeared. Relief washed over me. I parked beside the first gas station and reached for the door. To be nice, I handed him my last cigarettes and a cup of spare change. Literally everything extra I had. He didn't move. Frozen, he clutched the cup and stared through the windshield. Cold fear crawled up my spine. I eased a shaky hand toward my seatbelt latch. Just as I touched it, he turned, eyes hollow. "You're too kind for what I planned," he whispered. "Never pick up a stranger again." He opened the door, stepped into the night, and vanished down the dark road. I drove off shaking, replaying his words. To this day, I scan news of captured killers, searching for his face. And I follow his warning. I've never stopped for a hitchhiker since. It was July 2012, only a few weeks after our wedding. Julie and I were on a huge road trip loop, Seattle to Banff, then Glacier, then home. One late afternoon, a lone woman wrestled a suitcase beside the highway. Something inside me said we should stop, so I eased onto the shoulder. She climbed in, breathing hard, thanking us in a whisper. We pulled back onto the road, the cab filled with steady engine hum. At first, she was silent, eyes locked on the dashboard. Then a low whisper that I thought I misheard. I turned the AC off and the radio way down. Between bits of small talk, she repeated the same chilling phrases. Stab him in the eye, stab him in the air, cut his throat. My pulse spiked. Julie, smiling, cranking the air and music right back up. I shut them off again, mouthing, "Listen." Julie shrugged, clueless. I adjusted the rear view mirror so I could watch our passenger's hands. She kept murmuring the words, softer each time. Eyes fixed forward. Gas station ahead. Perfect excuse. I drove in. Need to fill up, I told them, forcing a laugh I didn't feel. Inside the restroom, I splashed cold water on my face. trying to plan. Back at the pump, I said, "Maybe we can let her out here?" Julie shook her head. "We can go a bit more." I swallowed the panic and drove on. 10 minutes later, I spotted another brightly lit stop. Before I could speak, Julie leaned over, finally catching the woman's whispering chant. Her face drained. "Let's stretch our legs," she said. We coasted in. Julie ushered the woman toward the store, bought her snacks, water, even handed her our only paper map and a few bills. The woman thanked us, eyes distanced, then drifted into the night like fog. Back in the car, I let out long breaths and told my brand new wife exactly what the hitchhiker had been saying. Julie stared, wide-eyed, then turned the car. The engine felt louder than before. These days, we are very careful with who we encounter. We occasionally joke about the incident, but deep down, we both know things could have turned out way worse. Years ago, I spent a month hitchhiking up and down Highway 101 in California. Most rides were awesome. Friendly drivers, great stories. Then came the one that still wakes me up at night. It was past midnight when an old van stopped beside me. The inside reeked of rot. Fast food cups and greasy bags covered the floor. The driver was huge and filthy, eyes fixed straight ahead. I climbed in anyway. Rule number 1 I broke right there. I tried small talk. "Hey, I'm Sam. Thanks for..." He said nothing, kept speeding through the dark. After a mile of silence, he spoke without looking at me. "Haven't been many murders this year, have there?" Cold washed over me. I forced a laugh, planning my exit. I glanced at the door. The pull-up lock had been sliced off. No way to pop it. Every door was the same. The van surged faster, trees strobing past the windows. I clutched my stomach and groaned. "Sir, I'm gonna be sick. Need to get out. Now." He swerved onto a turnout, but left the engine running, doors still locked. While he watched the road, I crawled over the seat into the trash-filled back. In the dim dome light, I spotted the rear hatch lever. Bare metal, no lock. I yanked it, shoved the door open, and tumbled onto the shoulder. Gravel tore my hands, but I bolted into the redwood shadows without looking back. Hidden behind thick trees, I watched his taillights fade. Only then did I notice how hard I was shaking. Even now, whenever I see an old van roll by, I hear that flat voice asking about murders, and my heart races like I'm still running through that forest.